Hello parents, Decatur Public Schools is taking a number of safety precautions to prevent the spread of COVID when we welcome students back to our schools for in-person learning. Here are some of the things we are doing to keep students and staff safe. All students and staff will be asked to self-screen for symptoms before coming to school or work. Anyone who is experiencing one or more symptoms should stay home and contact the school or their supervisor. We also encourage you to contact your healthcare provider. Parents, before you send your child or children to school in the morning, you must certify your students are healthy. Log into Skyward Family Access and complete the self-certification form. Again, if your child is showing one or more symptoms listed on the screening form, keep your students home. Call your school, report the absence, and contact your healthcare provider. The district highly encourages parents who are able to provide transportation to and from school. If you are unable to take your child to school, here are the expectations for our bus riders. Everyone on the bus is required to wear a mask. If a student does not have a mask upon boarding the bus driver will provide one to the student. Students will be given an assigned seat on the bus. Upon arriving at school, all students will go through a second certification to deem that they are healthy to be at school. School staff will take student temperatures at the door. Parents, if you are dropping your student off at school, you may expect a longer wait time to arrive to the door. We ask that you please stay in your car and do not park to get out to walk your child inside. We are also asking for parents and caregivers to stay and ensure that their student passes the temperature check at the door before leaving the school campus. To protect student safety, there will be designated doors for students to enter and exit each day, and this may not be the main school entrance. Reminder, we are requiring all people in our buildings to wear a face covering. Face masks should be completely covering the nose and the mouth. We will provide a mask for anyone that does not have one, and individuals are allowed to bring their own too. Visitors of any kind will be extremely limited. Please call your school if you need to schedule an appointment if you need to meet with any school staff. Before entering their classroom, students will be asked to wash or sanitize their hands. The importance of proper hand washing will be communicated to all students and staff regularly. Teachers will allow for more opportunities for students to wash their hands throughout the day, and the district will have hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes in our buildings and classrooms. To help avoid situations for when large groups of students are gathered in one place, we will have breakfast and lunches in the classroom. When students return to school, our classrooms will be arranged differently to provide the maximum physical distancing possible within the constraints of the facility and the functions of the classroom. Efforts will be made to ensure physical distancing will take place during restroom breaks and recess, along with proper hand washing or hand sanitizing before and after these breaks. And don't forget, students are expected to keep their masks on during the school day, even during recess. Although drinking fountains will not be accessible, students will be allowed to bring water bottles to school and are discouraged to share water bottles with others. The end of the school day may look just a little different than usual. Some of our buildings will stagger dismissal times to keep large group of students leaving at the same time. Car rider parents, continue to be patient as you wait in line and know that your student may exit from a different door. Our custodial staff will significantly increase the wiping down and disinfecting of public spaces and high-touch surfaces across the buildings throughout the school day. The district will provide greater access to cleaning materials for our staff so they can clean and disinfect spaces as needed. Each evening, our custodians will conduct a thorough and focused deep clean of our spaces, again focused on all high-touch surfaces such as door handles, sinks, tables, and desks. I know nothing is perfect and we aren't expecting things to be perfect when we have students back in schools. So I know that you're wondering, what about the what ifs? What if your student comes to school and doesn't pass the temperature check? Students that do not pass the temperature check will be escorted to a designated isolation room, and each school will have a supervised room. Students will remain in this isolation room until a parent or guardian can pick up their child. It is so important for families to make sure that your child's school has accurate contact information in the event that we need to reach you during the school day. What if a student begins feeling ill during the school day? Teachers will perform normal protocols and alert the appropriate staff. The school nurse or a principal designee will assess the student's symptoms. If the student is exhibiting COVID symptoms, the student will go to the designated isolation room and all attempts will be made to get a hold of a parent immediately so the child is picked up at school. What if your student has a medical authorization to receive medications while at school? As normal, your child will go to the nurse's office to take their approved medication. What if my special education or general education student has a mask exemption from their doctor? Please make sure that your school's office staff is made aware of these instances and provide us with the proper documentation so that we can notify teachers. A designated spot in the classroom will be reserved for these students. What if a staff member or teacher begins to show symptoms during the day? As usual, anyone not feeling well should immediately contact the building principal or their supervisor so that appropriate procedures can be implemented if the staff member needs to leave for the day. These are some of the updates Decatur Public Schools is making to help maintain a safe learning environment for our students and working environment for our staff when we welcome our students back to school. We will continue to adapt our protocols using the guidance from our local, state, and federal agencies, and we appreciate our parents for the flexibility and grace you've shown during the school year. We know it hasn't been an easy year so far, but we have some amazing staff and teachers that are ready to see your students' faces in person again. For more information, please visit our website at dps61.org/return to learn.